Man, rest in peace to the Oakland native Coach Beam. This has took everybody by surprise. Honestly, this is not only a loss for the city of Oakland, but this is a loss for the whole Bay Area. If you know, you know. Coach Beam was one of them when it comes to the community, changing the lives of so many people from the city of Oakland and other kids who only went through Skyline High School, but went through Laney College, and how many kids that he put on to the next level and really helped them escape the poverty in the inner city ghettos of Oakland, California. Man, a staple and a figure in the community. We got to do better, Oakland, bro. We got to do better, for real, for real. Everybody is sick to their stomach right now hearing the news of Coach Beam, someone that I personally knew, somebody that I was recruited by in high school when he was the offensive coordinator for Laney College in 2005. Somebody I had the pleasure of meeting several times, practicing for. We're going to talk about it in today's video, but it's a sad day. Say no more. Welcome back to Say No More Media, your top sports news media outlet for 2025. Here at Say No More in the Bay, we say no more when it's used to tell someone that it is not necessary to explain something further because one understands what I'm trying to say. So here at Say No More, we cover all the top sports media. Like, comment, and subscribe, and do not forget to click that notification bell as we are fastly growing and we don't want you to miss out on this fire content. So rest in peace, Coach Beam, bro. He passed away at 66 years old. If you don't know, he was the star head coach for the Netflix Emmy-nominated series Last Chance U, where you got to get up and personal with Coach Beam. But most importantly, the Oakland police did their investigation, and the Laney College was shut down yesterday. But today, the news came out that Coach Beam unfortunately had passed away from his wounds that he had taken from an unfortunate situation that happened on Laney campus. The details is on, ABC News, Cron 4 News, from what the details are. You can tap into there for that. That's their job as, the news media outlets to cover that part. I'm here to talk about Coach Beam, the head coach and the mentor who he was in the city of Oakland. Share some stories of the few times that I interacted with him. And if you know Coach Beam, you just knew who he was. He was a very straightforward guy. You could relate to him. You could talk to him about anything. From the former players that I know who I went to high school who played with them. Players, I played against him twice when I was at Chabot College, and he coached for Laney, so I played against him twice in my collegiate career. He was the funny story, Devon Best at a Skyline High School. If you know his story, he ended up going to Hawaii, then the Miami Dolphins. It was out of him and myself who was going to get a scholarship to Hawaii, and Coach Beam went ahead and did his job, as he was supposed to, and they ended up giving that scholarship to Devon Best, mainly because of Coach Beam and his word. When Devon Best he had gotten in some trouble. I don't know if he was in juvenile hall. Yeah, he might have been in juvenile hall or in jail. But I remember talking to the Hawaii coaching staff, and they were telling me, it's between you and Devon Best right now, but we'll let you know. And then come to find out, they ended up giving the scholarship to Devon Best. But that was all because of this man right here, Coach Beam, and what he meant to the city of Oakland and the city at Skyline High School, where he coached and really changed the lives of a lot of kids in the city of Oakland. I mean, they could tell you better than I could tell you as far as on a more personal relationship with Coach Beam and what he meant to the community. But, just being around the Chabot, Laney, San Mateo, the HAL, the OAL, if you grew up, in them early 2000s, 1990s, then you know. Coach Beam was one of them. And there's a pipeline between the HAL and the OAL. You either went to Chabot or you went to Laney. That's what it was, as a JUCO staple. But before that, he was in the city of Oakland, really changing lives for Skyline High School. He had just formally retired as the head coach for Laney, but he was the active athletic director, where one thing about Coach Beam is he was going to get you out of community college and get you to a 4-year. That was one of his statements. That was one of his something that made him proud, was he understood the importance of not everybody was going to the NFL, but you got to get up out of here and go make something of your life, get that degree. And that football was an opportunity for you to do that. He was going to do everything within his power to get you there. Yeah, man, sad day, bruh. I remember, just how lit the Laney versus Chabot games used to be, especially at Laney. It was always turned up. Coach Beam, as a coach, I just remember, as a freshman, '05, I remember going to those practices and he was just straightforward, just like, man, you ain't gonna catch that. Next person in line. Like, he was just straightforward, like he was a player's coach, and I seen him take some of the talent and literally get them to the next level. Like some of my peers who played for Coach Beam, I watched him literally get them to the next level and graduate them and get them degrees and then transfer over to 4-year school. So, man, we got to do better, Oakland, bro. Like, losing Coach Beam, you probably remember from the Netflix series, tough nose in your face, but you also seen how much he cared about his players, how he would go above and beyond for his players, and he really cared about these kids. And he's going to be missed, bruh. He was changing lives out here, and it's unfortunate. I don't know the details of what happened specifically. Like I said, you can go check that out for yourself. It's all over the news and the internet right now. But, if you remember Coach Beam from the Netflix series, the popular show, Last Chance U, where he, completely captivated that show. But outside of that, you just understood what he meant to, like, the family first organization, his ties with, the HAL, the city of Oakland, just, the fundraisers, the giveaways, everything that Coach Beam did, bro, he would definitely be missed, in the Oakland community. We got to let this be an opportunity for everybody to wake up and understand, like, senseless acts like this is like, we got to give the youth something to look forward to. Like, how you going to knock down a athletic director and a head coach of a football team? Like, what makes you think that's cool, or are you supposed to get some kind of points for that? Like, it's just, the game is twisted right now, bro, and people just really need to grow up at a certain time. I understand it's going to take everybody as a community. It's going to take, older people to get in these youngsters' ears, or whoever this was who did this. Whoever this was, it was a senseless act. We got to talk about just, taking people like this away from the community is crazy. Like, I don't understand that. To see him end like this, when he's changed so many people's lives and given his entire life to football and to these players and to developing and really pushing, the narrative forward as far as like prospering and making you believe you could do something with your life no matter where you came from. It's a sad, sad day in Oakland. It's a sad, sad day in the Bay. Rest in peace, Coach Beam, bro. Like, this is terrible. We got to do better. Drop a praying hands or something in the comments for Coach Beam. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to see you in a minute. Say no more.